Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today we have so much content to cover that you must be really excited. We've got so much to talk about. There's nothing going on. Nothing is happening. Sign someone, please. Stewart, please. Just one player. One player for the love of Christ, please. Okay, so although there isn't any official sort of content to cover, there's no signings, there's no real update on the takeover or the investment or whatever. There's a few little things I suppose we can talk about. Stewart Donald has made a few tweets. Maybe discuss that, keep you in the loop that way. Because other than that, I'm scraping the barrel for content, Stewart. Sign someone, please. But seriously, there has been a few tweets today. Okay, so it all started off with someone on Twitter. Okay, so this is all on Twitter. Someone named Alan J. Watson tweeted saying, "Can we have some sort of update on this investment, Stewart? It's gone eerily quiet on that front," which Stewart has answered, and he said, "Investment is a non-issue. It hasn't gone quiet. Papers have all got ahead of themselves, saying the deal was done, etc. I am making sure if we get some investment, it is right. We do not need it now. It's for the future, so no hurry, but it may happen. Either way, we have things under control." So essentially what he's saying there, I think he's covered his back both ways, isn't he? So to me, what he is saying there is essentially, with transfers and stuff like that and those kind of deals that, this investment, it doesn't rely, or transfers don't rely on this investment going through. There's still chances of it going through and it happening, but, as of right now, it's, they're not rushing anything. It has to be right for the club, it has to be right for him, but that isn't getting in the way. If that's what people are thinking, it just happens to be that we haven't signed anyone yet. But there is more. Don't worry, guys. There is more. That isn't the end of the video. We'll have so much more exciting content to cover. So a writer from the Roker Report did a piece. The sort of gist of it is saying, Sunderland's squad, it's just days away from returning back to pre-season training. There's no new players through the door. Unresolved ownership situation. And is he the writer? Is it right for him to feel concerned, etc.? And he's done making a few fair points, I suppose, throughout his piece. But Stewart Donald has replied to that, saying, "No, we had a squad that finished 5th and needs to collect around 10 more points than last season. Any new signings are coming to a far more settled squad environment, and we probably need around 6 to 8 new players this season, and we are sure to make some signings soon. Patient, not complacent." So that sounds like a very confident Stewart Donald right there. And people have been responding to that. Someone did say to him, "Easy for you to say when you're bailing out and making it someone else's problem." But then Stewart has come back and said, "Have you heard I am selling and only keeping 10% as well? Sunderland is no one's problem. It's one of the best positioned clubs financially over the next few years. The challenge is to keep it that way whilst bringing it success." So Stewart, for me, obviously, he does sound very, very confident. I think that, of course, the longer it goes, the worse we feel, the more impatient we're getting, including myself. I'm getting very, very impatient with this. I do believe that we should have signings in by now. And I think because we were wrongly or rightly given this date or estimated date of this investment to come in, I think we've expected the investment to happen and then a bunch of signings to follow, and maybe that isn't the case. Maybe the talks for this investment are a lot more laid back than what we thought. It's not like they're crunching numbers at the table and they're sitting there every day trying to come out with some kind of solution. Maybe they've just had a brisk conversation. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And that's all that's happened. We don't know this. So maybe we shouldn't set our hearts on this big investment, because Stewart Donald said we don't necessarily need that. We don't need the investment necessarily, and that isn't what is affecting the lack of transfers. So I'm hoping that he does stick to his word. He said 6 to 8 players he's hoping to come to the club over the summer. But he has also made another statement which was quite revealing as well. He was talking on last season. He said, "We had too big a squad last season, maybe. We finished the season with 8 central midfielders and we can only play 2 or 3. I have never seen such panic a week before 20 pros return to training. The issue is not signing players, but whether we sign the right ones, surely." So that's him in argument with someone on Twitter, basically. So what I'm seeing here, there is a calmness from Stewart Donald. He seems to be very calm about the whole situation. Of course, for fans, it's really difficult. We aren't in the know. There are other teams that are making signings now. There was, is it Ladapo? I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure how you say it. the striker who was at Plymouth. He's gone to Rotherham today, which I think has just kicked off a little bit more impatience from Sunderland fans. But over the next few days, I am expecting a little bit of movement. If nothing happens by the end of this week, then I would be shocked. I would be shocked. Although I think what he's trying to say is, there's no absolute need and a must to get players in for pre-season. And if you think about it, like he did say, we do have a settled squad right now. We don't need a ton of players to leave and stuff like that. We don't need that. We're not waiting on that kind of thing. We do have the finances to bring players in. So I think if we are going to see anyone, hopefully, like I say, hopefully something does happen this week. But I think it will more than likely happen at the beginning of next month. Particularly if there are like free transfers and stuff like that. Players are still on holiday right now. Players who are going to be on free transfers, their contracts will run out come the 1st of July. So that's when those kind of players will come in. And I think that's probably just out of respect to whatever club they're currently contracted to, if we are to be getting free agents in and stuff like that. So for me, I think it is just a case of us continuing to be patient, and I can genuinely understand the frustration of Sunderland fans. I'm one of them, and I'm very, very frustrated. Not just the fact that we don't have any signings or anything like that, but there's no content left. I'm scraping the barrel. Come on, Stewart, sign someone. But no, I am glad that Stewart has acknowledged, that there are certain issues within the squad. He has said that he needs six to eight players, which is something that I'm quite happy to hear. I thought he might say something like 1 or 2 or 2 or 3, considering he just said we already had a settled squad. I didn't think he would admit to saying we need, a good 6 to 8 players. A good 6 to 8 solid players would definitely help us. But that is basically it, guys. There's nothing else really to cover apart from Rafa has just fucked off the mags, which is absolutely hilarious. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.